There are two people credited as writers on the upcoming Borderlands movie, and one of them doesn't seem to exist. The first writer is director Eli Roth, who has a long list of both writing and directing credits to his name. But the second writer is a newcomer named Joe Crombie. Borderlands is Joe's only writing credit, and there isn't any information out there about him. So who is Joe Crombie? I did a deep dive into this mysterious writer, and everything I discovered leads me to believe that Joe Crombie doesn't exist. I believe Joe Crombie is an alias for a writer who does not want his or her name associated with this project. But let me start from the beginning. The Borderlands movie has had a bit of a troubled production. The film was originally announced all the way back in 2015 with a different director. By 2016, a writer named Aaron Berg was tapped to write the script. But by 2018, Berg was out and a writer named Oren Uziel had taken over. It wasn't until 2020 that Eli Roth was attached as director, from a script penned by Craig Mazin, who wrote Chernobyl, and more recently, HBO's The Last of Us. Craig is important to this investigation, because as far as I can tell, he is the only person to publicly comment on the identity of Joe Crombie. By the time the cast was fully formed in 2021, Craig Mazin's script had been rewritten by Jewel Taylor and Tony Rettenmeyer, and then again by Eli Roth. And here's where it gets interesting. Because in 2022, it was reported that the movie was test screened, and it would be sent back for reshoots. And these reshoots were not directed by Eli Roth. They were instead helmed by Tim Miller, director of the first Deadpool movie. And not only that, but the Borderlands script had additional material written for these reshoots by another writer, Zach Olkowitz. And in 2023, Craig Mazin officially removed his name from the film's credits. The man who replaced him? Joe Crombie. Joe Crombie is pretty much a ghost. Like I said, he has no other writing credits to his name. There were rumors that Joe Crombie was a pseudonym for Craig Mazin. However, Mazin has publicly denied these rumors, saying, "I am not a credited writer on the film, so I cannot claim any kind of authorship of Borderlands, much less co-writing. I did not use a pseudonym. If the name in question is indeed a pseudonym, all I can say is, it's not mine." This statement tells me one important thing. Craig Mazin does not want his name associated with the project in any way whatsoever. But it does lead me to believe that Joe Crombie is a pseudonym for somebody. Not counting Eli Roth and Joe Crombie, there are 7 writers with literary material credits on this film. Is Joe Crombie one of these 7? Or is it someone else entirely? What do you think of all this? I have 2 main questions I keep turning over in my head about all this. One, of course, is who is Joe Crombie? But the second, and maybe more important question is this. Why is this mysterious co-writer so desperate to leave their real name off of this project? Am I reading too much into this?